Opening statements have concluded, and the first witness is called to the stand in the murder trial of the man accused of killing a Georgia nursing student. Laken Riley was allegedly murdered by Jose Ibarra while she was on a run back in February. Her murder became a hot-button topic on the campaign trail after it was revealed that Ibarra had entered the country illegally. During opening arguments, prosecutors said he went out that morning looking for someone to attack. We want to warn our viewers. What you are about to hear is disturbing.
When Laken Riley refused to be his rape victim, he bashed her skull in with a rock repeatedly. That is what this case is all about. The evidence will show that Laken fought. She fought for her life. She fought for her dignity. And in that fight, she caused this defendant to leave forensic evidence behind.
CBS News reporter Jared Eggleston joins us now. He's in Athens, Georgia for the trial. Jared, what did we learn from opening statements, and what are we hearing from inside the courtroom so far?
Lindsay, good afternoon. Today we have heard a lot of those details similar to what you've heard. Very stomach-turning details. At one point, Laken's mother and even some of her friends had to leave the courtroom because some of the things that they were describing were just too much for them. We did hear a 911 call this morning. The prosecution played some never-before-heard 911 call audio where Laken was trying to get a hold of the Clark County officials to get help when all of this unfolded, authorities say. But she was unsuccessful. So we heard the officials there trying to get in touch with her. We've also heard testimony from several of her roommates as well. One of them talking about how they normally ran together and how normally that she would talk with her mother or other people. So we're starting to get a clearer picture of just what happened that day. We're also seeing some ring camera footage, some footage of the defendant, Jose Ibarra, police saying he's disposing of evidence in a dumpster in the hours after the attack. We saw some footage of that and also some photos leading up to what happened on that day, as you said, back in February.
Ibarra has waived his rights to a jury trial. This will be decided by the bench. What's the motive behind that decision, and what does that mean?
Lindsay, this was a last-minute change. This happened earlier this week. We had been proceeding forward as if it was going to be a jury trial. We were going to have jury selection starting yesterday. In the 11th hour, the defense team decided to waive that right. Ibarra saying that he wanted to have a bench trial instead. That really stunned a lot of legal experts who said, you know, typically you would want to take this type of case to a jury. But some of the experts that I spoke with and some of the people who have really been watching this case said that it was potentially a smart move on the side of the defense because it could potentially take out a lot of the emotion. And as I was saying just a few minutes ago, Lindsay, and as you heard there in that top of this segment here, we've been hearing a lot of emotion today, not only from the roommates, but we also have the family members in the room as well, and we expect to hear from them as well.
What more do we know about who else is expected to take the stand?
So, like I said, we've already heard from the roommates, and right now we're hearing from some of the investigators, some of the officials that responded to the scene the day of that murder, the gruesome murder. We expect that we will hear from the family, but so far this case has been moving along pretty quickly, and both sides are now reworking just how exactly they want to try this case, because originally they had put together this case to be tried before a jury, and now, as I said, it's being tried from the bench.
Jared Eggleston, thank you.